Dave the Baker.
Dave.
Dave, good morning. We bumped into you a couple of days ago. You're a great guy. You were wearing a Boston Bruins jersey and a Boston Bruins hat, and you weren't an ass hat about it. You were a very good guy. You are a sports fan, yes?
Yeah, I would say that.
Well,
Today he's got his Patriots gear on, and I joked when he sat in here, you've got the Patriots hat, got the Patriots shirt. Yesterday, I was like, was it Celtics Day? And you said, no, it was.
You know what? It was Red Sox Day for us yesterday as well. We toured Fenway. Nice ballpark.
Yeah, they did a lot of work.
Yeah, they did good work.
And we were on the Fenway tour there, and the Sox are out of town. The Sox were out of town, so we actually had access to Fenway, and they're putting in a concert. And wondering, Dave, if you're going to go see New Kids on the Block and the Backstreet Boys.
I don't think I'll be attending that one. I know my sister.
Hang on a sec. How's the quality on Dave's mic? Is it working fine now? I want to make sure everybody can hear Dave because he's got more juice on Dave. Can we get Dave's microphone turned up a little bit, Jared? Because his accent sounds fantastic. Dave, huge Bruins fan. You're predicting a win for tonight. 8-1 wasn't enough. You want to do that again?
I'd like to see another 8-1.
In all, there's still more juice on Dave. Is there any way we can turn Dave up a little bit more? In all honesty, and you agree with that as well, but you guys can't win without Nathan Horton. Is that true?
I don't think that's the case with Nathan. If a couple guys will step up Stegen, we'll be back in the lineup. I mean, they showed that once Horton went down, they rallied. They were right behind it. They all stepped up. So I predict they'll do the same again.
Interesting. Scott?
And Dave, Charlestown is the, how do you we're from Vancouver, we say Charlestown. How do you properly say Charlestown?
Charlestown. And this is the part of, this microphone sucks. This isn't working. What's going on here? How does this sound? Baldwin, is this coming through all right, Baldwin? Oh, it's coming through. All right. This is the part of Boston where the movie The Town was filmed, right?
Yep.
Give him Scott's mic or something? No, this isn't working. Now I'm getting feedback as well. Can you hang out, Dave? We'll figure out our technical problems, all right? All right, we got Dave, the Bruins fan, who's very sad and doesn't have any confidence heading into Game 4 tonight. We'll get back to Dave in just a minute. More from Boston coming up.
Chicago didn't want them, and Boston can't get rid of them.
Through that, it's game day, bitches. What do we got? 5 and 3 is 8, 10, and 20. 8.5 hours. 8.5 hours till the puck drops at TD Gardens. Joining us one more time, we got a text here. It says, biggest interview fail ever. We didn't hear anything Dave said. Dave, we switched out the microphones, and now we can hear you loud and proud. Good morning, Dave, I was going to say the butcher, but the baker.
Yeah, as long as you don't call me the candlestick maker, then I'll be all right.
Dave, you're you're not a Bruins fan, you're a Boston sports fan, right?
Yeah, Boston fan, yes, without a doubt.
All right, and we'll get to your predictions for the game tonight in just a second. Dave the Baker, who works in the complex that we're currently in. Thoughts on the Rome hit on Nathan Horton? My question, was that a dirty hit, or was it Horton admiring his pass a little too long?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it admiring your pass, but he took a pass, he looked, skated a couple of strides, and ran into a brick wall. It wasn't such a bad hit, but, I mean, elbow was up, it was to the head.
The elbow was not up. It was the shoulder that was up.
Shoulder.
I think Rome's elbows were down. But what you're saying is that Aaron Rome deserved the longest suspension in NHL playoff history with 4 games. You think that was a worthy suspension?
I think it was a worthy suspension because I think they have to finally start spreading the message across the league that they will not allow a hit like that.
All right.
I mean, there's a couple of different things he could have done. He could have just stood there like a wall and just let Nathan run right into him. He would have felt all right, you know, but it looked like he put the shoulder and elevated off his feet and sent them into next season.
Dave, as a giant Bruins fan, when Zdeno Chara tried to kill Max Pacioretty into the stanchions, was that worthy of a suspension? Because, Scott, how much did Zdeno Chara get?
Yeah, they gave him
nothing out of it.
Yeah, he got nothing.
Oh, they got a couple 911 calls out of the thing and created a little controversy in Canada and stuff. But I think that's I think a little different situation. I mean, if you follow the whole play, you saw Chara skating up there, and it looked like he was just trying to rub him up against the boards, but he unfortunately caught the wrong part of the boards in Montreal, and I think that they've done something or are going to do something to fix that there. But
they figure Nathan Horton caught the wrong part of Aaron Rome as well, and it hasn't ended very well for either of them. But Dave, we were at the Game 3 a couple nights ago. We're going to Game 4 tonight. A lot of Canuck fans, a lot of abuse from the Boston fans there. They showed a small baby in a Canucks little onesie. The whole place booed the little child. Dave, would you, if you're at the Garden, are you going to be booing Canuck fans?
I don't necessarily know if I would boo a Canuck fan, but you may give them a little crap here or there. But
Dave, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Dave, we asked you this question before, and I'll ask you again. The Canucks can and will win without Aaron Rome, but can the Bruins win without Nathan Orton in the lineup?
Oh, I think they definitely can. They're going to use it, I think, as motivation. And now that the commissioner came in and gave us all the warnings and stuff to try and put these little antics away, I think you're going to see a whole different Bruins outlook tonight.
What's worse, is Alex Burrows trying to get Bergeron's fingers out of his mouth, and that's all he was trying to do, get the fingers out of his mouth. He wasn't trying to bite it. Is that worse, or Milan Lucic dangling his fingers in front of Max Lapierre? Is that worse? Which is worse?
Oh, I think I think biting is worse. I mean, if you looked at the replay, you saw him allegedly bite, which I can't understand why they didn't see it clearly, because he took his glove and covered the biting motion. But
which was a smart move in hindsight.
Definitely. You know, it's not an infraction until you get caught. So,
Dave, we're doing our show here in Charlestown. And again, how do you say Charlestown? Because we're from Vancouver, we say Charlestown.
It's Charlestown.
Charlestown. And it's a beautiful part of Boston.
Yep.
And whereabouts do you actually hail from? Are you right in Boston?
I live right outside the city in Chelsea.
All right, prediction for the game tonight. We all know what it's going to be, but we'll ask you anyways. Dave, the Baker, what are you predicting for the game tonight?
Another big Bruins win.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Sorry, his microphone isn't working properly.
All right, let's go down to the liquor mart. Go to the ballpark, get the liquor mart.
Well, you got to park the car. That was wicked hot. Thanks, Dave.
Hey, not a problem.
From sea to sky at 99.3 in Vancouver.